everybody, I'm so happy to be back doing the Take 5 Art Challenge. I took a month off last month just to do some study. What an amazing month it was. But I am back now for the month of June. So I've got some prompts here for you, and they're brought to us by the lovely Sylvia. Thank you, Sylvia. What a beautiful set of prompts. I'm working on my Ranger Dina Wakley white 6x6 journal. The prompts this month are to use a tea bag or a coffee filter, and so I have one here. I've got two stencils over here. I've got a monochromatic color palette. I'm using acrylic paints. Really excited. I've got the lyrics of a song. So because it's a tea bag, and tea is my most favorite thing, it's what I go to. As soon as I thought of tea bag and going for tea, I thought of lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. So this is my cup of tea, which I have right here, and it's helping me carry on. So that's my lyric that I'm going to put somewhere here. Finally, I don't have rub-ons, so as with our Take 5 art prompts, when you don't have a supply to use as one of the prompts, please go ahead and substitute. So I am substituting another stencil in the place of rub-ons. So without further ado, let's get the show on the road. So to start us off, I'm going to prep the tea bag. I know that I wanted to use the tea bag. At first I thought I would just draw it, but why not use the actual tea bag? And so what I'm doing here is I'm just putting a slit in the bottom, and I'm then carefully, or not maybe so carefully, taking all the tea leaves out so that it's a flat structure, so it doesn't bulk up my art journal. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some Aleene's tacky glue and put that baby down. There we go. So next, what I'm doing is reaching for this stencil by Kaisercraft. This is called Lace, and I thought it was quite perfect because, I don't know, like lace doily kind of thing, you know, tea and lace, high tea, British tea, I don't know. So that's kind of what that soft kind of feeling that tea reminds me of, and gives me just a beautiful place of grace where you can just relax, relax your mind, take a breather, switch off everything you're thinking, and just really come into yourself and enjoy your taste buds, enjoy your feelings, enjoy what you're doing. I'm using the color peach, so my monochromatic scheme is going to be orange. So what I'm doing is I'm using just a really light color peach, which I have in my collection, and I'm putting the doily stencil or the lace stencil on either side there, giving me some room to journal in a little bit and put my quote or my title. But yeah, so my next... Yeah, so I've got that as the initial, so I've got that beautiful lace design as the initial background. The next stencil I'm using is this beautiful one by, I'll put it up on the screen, and I love the kind of love and post kind of bottom left corner that it produces, so I put love and post next to the bottom left corner of the tea bag, and then I thought I would just continue that pattern at the bottom left of the left page and the top right of the right page, just to create like a flow, so that your eye has three areas to glance upon as you look at the open spread double page layout. What I'm doing here is I wanted to try and play with the entire range of monochromatic. So what I'm doing here is I'm making my own colors, and this is about as fun as coloring can get. You just start with two different colors and you just water it down with water, or you water it down with a second color and you make different shades. So what I wanted to do here was just express my love for tea using hearts. And I wanted to do like a cluster of hearts using the three different colors. So what I did was I used the lightest shade first and then the darkest shade sort of last. So it goes to really light peach, middle peach, and then dark peach. And a sort of, number one, my stencil was dirty, so that kind of didn't go, but I kind of did like it because it looked sort of grungy and it kind of outlined it. So, but then what happened here was that the middle color didn't look so vibrant, so I just went back and made a second lot of colors here, and I'm using water just to dilute it down, make it more flowy, and I'm just showing you here how I did it. So you're just transferring the first color into a second place, and then adding the second color, and then moving the second color that you make into a third place, and then adding the lighter color to that. So that's how it gets lighter and lighter. And sort of, this is sort of not a color mixing tutorial, but you can kind of see what I'm doing. So yeah, so I went back here and I put the light color in, put the middle color in the middle, and then the darker color on the darkest heart. I love how that looks, and I really need to start playing with color a little bit more. I will go back later on and outline these and make them more defined, but at the moment I'm just kind of getting a feel for what this layout is going to look like, and I love it. It's looking really amazing. So back again here, I'm creating some more color, and this time I'm using a bigger brush, which makes your life so much better. You just get more colors. You soon run out of colors as you bring them down into the mix. And using two different paint brushes also helps to keep it sort of clean, if you know what I mean. So here is sort of where you intuitively play and create the shade that you like. Remember that my color scheme is orange and all sorts of shades of orange. So I definitely stayed away from that red. But yeah, all kinds of orange is really beautiful. Okay, so moving on to the next part. This is my favorite part, and it came to me as I was just playing with the colors, and I love how intuition kind of comes in here. So I thought of when you put a tea bag into your hot tea. I don't know, do you put your tea bag first, or do you put your water in first and then watch the beautiful color of the tea come out? I'll leave that with you to think about. So when you put the tea bag in when you put the tea bag in the hot water, you just see all the beautiful colors start to come and swirl through, and it's kind of really magical. So I thought that's what I want to do here. I want to show how the tea comes out really light and then it goes darker and darker and darker. So around the tea bag itself, I put the lightest color of peach, and then I put the medium color after that, and then I put the last color coming off that. So it looks like this tea bag is radiating beautiful orange color. I love how that looks, and I also love how I respected the white space and I left some white space in there. So here we go. I'm just going in now and darkening the shades of the heart, trying to not make that heart red, trying to leave it a little bit more dark orange as such. And it looks a bit red on the screen, but I do adjust it and make it a little bit orange. But I actually quite love how that heart sort of looks like the color of the red tag on the tea bag. So perhaps that's kind of what I was doing unconsciously. And I didn't realize that until until I'm looking at it here in editing. So that's so cool. All right, so I'm coming in now to put in the lyrics, and I'm just using an ink pen here. So I'm starting off with the chorus, and yeah, so I'm writing Lean on Me. And then I'm just going to continue on when you're not strong. And I love how like the tea bag label says strong English breakfast. I love, it's like synchronicity. It's all meant to be. So lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long until I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So I just, I totally love it, and it totally indicates to me that we all need one another. And most of the time when you're with a friend or someone who you love, one of you will always be stronger than the other. And there's something within us that loves to help other people, and so we're able to put aside our pain and really be there and really dig deep and help others when they're in pain or in need. And just, it brings out the best in us. You'll notice that there are friends that just bring out the best in you, and all you had to do was be brave enough to admit that you have a problem. And so I love when this song says, swallow your pride. There's something that I have that you need to borrow. So yeah, this was really quite emotional for me. I really just had the tune in my head, and I kept going round in circles, and then I realized that I'd done a mandala, which is so amazing. And this is one of my finest one of my favorite times to art this year, and I need to art more often because it really helped me connect to myself. Okay, so I have these beautiful belief cards, and I've pulled this one out called Emotions. So the whole premise behind this was the color orange represents your sacral chakra, and your sacral chakra is all associated with creativity and passion. And to tell you the truth, it actually has a lot to do with emotions. A lot of people think that the heart chakra is the one that's full of emotions, and it is definitely, but the sacral chakra is really important because it helps you connect to your senses and to feel your emotions. So the sacral chakra is closely associated with things like creativity and going with your instinct and sensuality and your self-worth and your potential and the ability to let go and trust in yourself. So the sacral chakra is all about feelings and emotions just as much as the heart. I mean, the heart chakra is really strong, and it is all about love. And it starts off with self-love, which is the greatest gift of all. But from the heart chakra, you've got things like compassion and grace and harmony, gratitude, forgiveness, openness. So those are things that have got to do with more heart-based love and forgiveness kind of emotions. But the sacral chakra, which is what I was focusing on today, was emotions all about, creativity and self-worth and like letting go of everything having to be right, letting go of I don't have Rub Ons, letting go of, what if I used red and it sort of doesn't look like orange? Like, no. Creativity has got nothing to do with that. Creativity is all about letting go and going with the flow and really trusting your instinct. So that's the reason why I chose orange, and that's the reason why I kind of wanted to bring in that creativity and passion into the art space, which is really what what art really is. So and I reached that today, like that whole moment, that aha moment where I thought, the tea bag and the color that comes out as soon as you start putting the tea bag into hot water, and then the flowing and the color gets darker and darker. Like that was all part of my instinct, and it was just so beautiful. So yeah, definitely tuning into the colors and tuning into what you want to say. I definitely think that music and lyrics have something to do with that. They really get you in touch with your emotions. And so a lot of people will sing or will have music when they art, because you can really tune into your emotions in that moment. And when the flow is right, you are able to translate your emotions into your art, which is, you know, at the end of the day, art is self-expression. And that's what we do with our Take 5 art. We encourage you to find yourself, find some time for yourself to art, to express yourself, let out your emotions, let out your stress. And yeah, really connect to yourself. That's the whole point of our Take 5 art collaboration. So after I've put the title for my layouts, which is I feel, and my little quote, so I've put, it's safe for me to feel emotion as I experience a relationship with myself and others and the universe. And that was the quote that was on the back of the belief card that I showed you in the beginning. So after I've done that, it's now time for the last prompt, which is the substitution rub on. And so I'm using this Tim Holtz, I think it's a crosshatch, something like that, stencil. And I'm using the darkest of my colors, which is the Cheddar, the Dina Wakley color, which is really lovely. And what I'm doing here is I'm just putting it on the edges of my layout so that it frames the artwork a little bit. And that's usually what I do with rub-ons. Rub-ons go along the periphery, to frame your artwork and to add a little bit of more interest and more texture. And so what I also did was I went into the different colors, and I put the darkest one in the heart, and then the middle tone of orange into the middle heart, and the lightest one. And I think it creates a lovely texture within each of the elements. And I also added some on the tea bag itself to draw your eye there. And there you go, everybody. That is my layout for the month of June. I love it. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for the amazing prompts. And I'm so interested and excited to see what the other girls have done. So I do hope that you hop along and see what the other girls have done. If you are interested in joining us using the prompts and creating something amazing, or you're inspired by any of our videos and you want to, follow along and recreate of your own, please do. I would love to see your version of, my idea. Use the hashtag Take5Art when you do. Go ahead and tag me on Instagram. I would so love to see it, and I'll definitely leave a comment there. Check the description box below for all the details, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day, everybody.